Hello, are you curious about Ozempic, Monjaro or GLP-1 drugs? If yes, then you have landed in the right place. Because I was rather exactly very curious and intrigued by these kind of drugs and wanted to find out if we can actually achieve this naturally. And voila, very happy to announce that yes, we can have these effects, maybe not in the same quantity, but we can definitely have this naturally. Now, what exactly is GLP-1 drug, or what is GLP-1? Now, GLP-1 is nothing but a glucagon like one peptide. Okay, this is a hormone which is released by our L cells. So now, even though they are introduced as drugs, they were used previously as drugs for type 2 diabetes, and later people found out that they can be used for weight loss as well, because they help reduce appetite, and also it slowed down the digestion process. So it slowed down the stomach emptying rather, and also it helped control blood sugar level naturally. So this was happening with the GLP-1 drugs. Now 1 in 8 Americans are using this drug. It is very popular among celebrities, and many people are losing basically the drug. So it became more popular as a weight loss drug. But what happens when you use such kind of drugs is you not only lose the fat, but you also lose lot of muscle. So muscle mass is lost. Now when you stop using these, sometimes these diets or this kind of special medications, you do regain the fat, but you will never regain the muscle lost, because if you are not working out and using, doing the strength training, or having your proper amount of and proper quality of protein. So you have, if you are on this kind of drugs, please make sure that you are doing your activities, especially your exercise and with strength training, and you are also having right quantity and quality of protein. Now that being said, how is this GLP-1 achieved naturally? So basically GLP-1 is a hormone which is released by our L cells. They are the enteroendocrine cells, and they are basically found in the lining of our gut, then our stomach and our intestine. So when you eat, that's when this hormone is released. Okay, so what exactly happens? It stimulates our pancreas to release insulin, and that's how the blood glucose is controlled. Of course, it also slows down the gastric emptying, and it also reduces our appetite. So basically, it gives you the feeling of feeling satiated, like it's a feeling of satiety. So remember, if you have eaten a good portion of meal, like a huge meal, maybe after a Thanksgiving or some huge party, you have eaten enough and now you can't even have a single bite of your favorite chocolate cake. That kind of satiety is achieved with this kind of GLP-1 hormone. Now how to achieve this naturally? So do you have to does it depend on how much you have to eat, or so do you have to eat a certain amount, or does it depend on how you should eat? And it really depends on how you should eat. So basically, what you have to do is you have to do these 5 things to achieve the GLP-1 hormone effect naturally. Now the first and the foremost is that you have to really watch the chewing. With this day and age where everybody is grabbing food and we are so busy, and we are continuously pushing ourselves to eat faster and do things faster, maybe this is a time you have to slow down and understand that you have to chew your food at least 32 times. Of course, this is a cliche. This has been said many times and we have heard this, but now is the time that we have to make sure that we eat and every bite 32 times. No questions. Now the second is we have to make sure that we eat that in right order. Okay, so what exactly is the right order is like, first you have to eat your fiber or vegetables, maybe in soup form, in a smoothie form, or make sure you chew your foods, like you eat some kind of fiber, then you go for the protein, then you go for the carbohydrates in your diet. Maybe, if you're having some bread, quinoa, pasta or something like that, or maybe roti, rice, whatever you are having, then you should go last. If you are feeling about it, then you can go for a dessert. But most probably, or rather most importantly, you have to start your meal with vegetables and protein. That will help you feel full quicker. That will also help us reduce the control the glucose spike and release the insulin faster. So of course, then we get this effect of GLP-1. So that is our second one, the order. The third is you have to make sure you have right quantity of protein or right quality of protein. So the amino acid called as fenil and alanin, that is very important, and that is found in tofu, then pinto beans, that is also found in squash, all kinds of squash, and pumpkin seeds and sweet potatoes. You have to make sure you include this in your diet, so make sure you have these kind of carbs like sweet potatoes in your diet, because they also have this special amino acid which help us release the GLP-1. Okay, now the fourth one is exercise. So all kinds of exercise. So we know and we have heard that exercise is most important for our brain, for controlling sugar, or for our cardiovascular activities, or for our cardiovascular health, and for many other reasons, right? But this is the most important now, that for our GLP-1 hormone to be released, we have to exercise. It's released faster. So make sure you include some kind of exercise every single day for 30 minutes. So it can be mix and match. It's strength training, yoga, pilates. It can be some kind of zone 2 cardio, or some kind of activity. You have to have some kind of routine of exercise. And last but not least, that is the fifth one, is polyphenol. So you have to make sure you include blueberries and pomegranate seeds or pomegranate juice, no sugar added, of course, dark chocolate, all these kind of great food which are very important, we should consume. I do go to a lot of long-term care facilities and adult daycare centers, and I do hear a lot of even the older adults, our senior citizens, saying, I don't like this, or I don't I would never eat this. Please, now is the time that we stop saying these things and we start embracing each and every food as a special kind of medicine for us, because it will help us in long run. So if you want to live a fuller, happier and healthier life, please make sure you include these kind of small changes in your daily routine, and it will help you in many ways. So remember, for you to live happy and healthy, just one small change a day can help you lead a happier, healthier life. And please let me know, how did you like this video? Please make sure you subscribe, so that way I can keep adding to the contents. There are many more of these special insights coming up, and see you next time.